Of old basketball.
You want to be prepared? You watch the Weather Channel. When it comes to something as important as this, knowing what we know can make all the difference. It's all we do. Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Get ready for a rough morning commute in the Northeast. Freezing rain, sleet, and snow are packing a powerful punch in places from West Virginia to New England. Travel will be treacherous in a number of areas, and airport delays are a given. There's no question about it. Good morning, everyone. It is a very difficult day in the Northeast. Many power outages now. We're getting reports of the Northway near Clifton Park, by the way, it was closed for about 2 hours with a multi-car accident yesterday. That was Interstate 87 in eastern New York. More than 4 dozen Department of Public Works trucks in the district this morning treating bridges and standing by in case the roads get iced over in the city of Washington. And indeed, we now have reports of power outages in Washington, D.C. 50,000 Pepco customers without power. That includes Prince George's County and Montgomery County. Northern Virginia, around the McLean area, there are several power outages as well. Looks like it continues to be a major problem this morning. New Jersey, travel is very, very difficult. The ice storm Morris, Sussex, Warren counties hard hit, and the New Jersey Turnpike has reduced its speed limit to 45 miles per hour, and there have been numerous fender benders already this morning. I'm here at the desk again with Paul Cosin, who is our Weather Channel winter weather expert. Paul has extensive experience in winter weather dating back more years than you probably care to talk about.
Not that many years.
Yeah, it is a very rough one in the Northeast. Paul, you said this rivals the one in '94 that plagued the Northeast.
Right, and this one's probably going to be more extreme because the amount of freezing rain that's falling is going to be very, very significant, and it's already been impacting the cities themselves. Their suburbs right now have to be a mess, all the way from Washington, D.C., suburbs of Baltimore, the northwestern suburbs of Philadelphia, New York City, and just about every northern suburb except for Suffolk County, southern Nassau County, and Queens. The rest of those counties are getting problems, and Boston's been vacillating back and forth between some warming immediately along the coastline, but they've even dropped down to 28 degrees, so there's still a lot of problems going on in the Boston area as well.
That's very important this morning. We had a situation where just about 45 minutes ago, Boston was about 18 degrees. They went to 34 degrees in 25 minutes, and now back to 28 degrees, while it's 11 degrees in New Bedford, which is northwest of the city. And I suppose what we need to do right now, Paul, is get right to some of the radars and the setup for the Northeast so that we can let these people know what kind of chance they have of getting to and from work today.
Okay, let me first just draw the 32-degree line to see. This is the line where it's from no problems to problems. The 32 line goes right like this. It's suppressed from south, goes right up into the, that's the eastern West Virginia down through southwestern Virginia, then through the entire Washington area. It's below freezing, goes right up the Chesapeake Bay, right through Wilmington, Delaware, Philadelphia at the freezing mark, and right through much of central and southern Jersey, which is above freezing, everything north of that below freezing, New York City, then all of southern New England and southeastern New England above freezing. Everything to the northwest of that line is below freezing and a problem.
Let's take a look right at the radar. This encompasses Boston to Washington, D.C. Washington getting hard hit now with freezing rain.
As we're seeing a low pressure system developing over the Chesapeake Bay right now, we're going to be seeing that low move to the northeast, just to the east of Philadelphia and just towards New York. To the west of that line, we're seeing heavy amounts of freezing rain and sleet, primarily freezing rain right now in the Washington, Baltimore area, right now in the Philadelphia area. That looks like it's headed right into New York right now. Temperatures right now in Midtown Manhattan are only in the upper 20s. They will probably rise a little bit, but not before tremendous amounts of freezing rainfall in a very short period of time.
I heard Jeff Morrow saying yesterday, he was talking to some of the road people, that once that temperature gets to about 23 to 24 degrees, even the salt on the roads may not be as much of a benefit as it is at a higher temperature. So travel could be very difficult there. Let's take a close-up look at Boston. People in the northwest suburbs would have the most difficult time this morning?
Right. Oh, they're having sleet and snow, and primarily the 32 line comes basically down like this. Anything northwest of there is trouble. Heavy rain on the Cape, but problems throughout this region this morning.
All right. The Boston itself, I think, has reported 7 to 8 inches of snow. And we have other totals. The ocean effect kicked in yesterday at South Weymouth, 17 inches of snow being reported there. So needless to say, a lot of homes, a lot of businesses, a lot of schools are going to be closed today. Well, stay with us here at the Weather Channel. We'll keep you updated, and if you do make it to work and you need updates, check us out at weather.com for those latest reports. Meanwhile, at 6 o'clock, we'll go live to both King of Prussia and also Westchester County with Mike Seidel and with Jeff Morrow in order to keep you updated on the conditions there. Meanwhile, we'll take you back to the studio now with Will Anning.
Thanks a lot, Marshall. Once again, for the rest of the country, basically quiet weather right now from the Midwest all the way down towards the Gulf Coast. There are some stronger thunderstorms over the eastern parts of both North and South Carolina, beginning to skim over southeastern Georgia, too. Could be a few more thunderstorms as the day wears on, with the cold front sliding through central and eventually southern parts of Florida. But take a look at the Midwest this morning. Looking at a warming trend right now, lots of warming, the beginning of the January thaw over much of the northern plains right now, with temperatures really on the rise behind this warm front. Take a look at the numbers right now. Chicago at 17, Des Moines 13, but you get past the warm front into the west of it. Scottsbluff 45 degrees, the Black Hills 31. That kind of weather right now is going to be heading towards the Midwest. Snowpack or not, it's going to be a lot warmer this weekend for St. Louis, Chicago, Milwaukee, and Madison, over towards Detroit, Michigan. And looking at the wind chill, still a problem at this hour over parts of the upper Midwest. But looking at the southeast, again, we're looking at some very mild weather in Florida. Behind the front, temperatures have really cooled off. Atlanta, Birmingham, to Jackson, over towards New Orleans overnight. And here's a look at the thunderstorms right now, beginning to approach Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Other wet weather beginning to roll through central California as of the present time, so that rainfall could be locally heavy too. But as you take a look at the weather map, the worst of the weather by far is going to be throughout the northeastern part of the country. That storm departs by early morning tomorrow. It's going to be gone, which will be some very, very good news. But still, a lot of ice will be left around. A lot of power outages are still going to be found throughout the northeast too, with the temperatures beginning to finally rise by the end of the weekend over just about all of the lower 48. Take a look at the Midwest tomorrow morning. Could be looking at some problems around Kalamazoo and Detroit, down towards Chicago, maybe a band of some light freezing rain developing by then, with a warm air beginning to streak on in from the central and also the northern plains. More to go on the Weather Channel. We've got traveling conditions coming on up. Also storm watch later in the hour. Stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Are you paying too much for prescription drugs, for eyeglasses and eye exams? Too much for dental care for you and your family?
Now there is something you can do about it. Get the card from Universal Benefit Systems. It can save you money every time you use it. Just present your card when you pay and save up to 40% on prescriptions, up to 50% on eyeglasses and contact lenses, and save up to 30% on dental care. If your insurance lacks coverage, for just $5.95 a month, you and your family can enjoy discounts on